is.
Drones at least into the cage. Monyet taking him down through the cage. Hyunmin, though, alongside the rest of the team from DRX, have pushed up north side.
Yeah, and of course you got to remember, no cipher means no info on a situation like this for RRQ, and how many numbers there might have been up here, but 3 players to come on through, and that's all they have to contend with now as Marco falls.
Yeah, Salvo's burnt as well. Just Hyunmin able to kind of play it, but yes, he stunned himself, and that buys time for Xfero, who is sneaking through tunnel, spots him out. That's Estrella down, and he looks for a second one as well. Just Hyunmin left, and they kind of know where he is already. Monyet will happily peek over.
If it was going to hit here.
Mako, he is quick on it though, and with the spams does quite a bit of damage as well. Unfortunate for Bane, who will not be able to last long in the top tower. The rest of RQ all keep themselves huddled up inside this one spot, and that's where you got to watch out for possibly the initiator utility.
Yeah, Australia already has fault lines freeing. You want the salvos here if you wanted to try and go for the retake, but with 20 seconds to wait before those come back online, this is just not achievable.
Way too long.
But with a stinger in the tower, can do some good damage. I say that, but he's taken out by the salvos. Cushy.
Painful. Monyet then kind of flooding back in with his team as well. Estrella to play close by.
Yeah, you say painful, I say baneful, because he copped a full lot of that utility there. 40 seconds.
And Hyunmin to hold now. Ooh, decent double kill. Mako to hold the off angle, and he's good on the spams. Just with Monyet and Jemkin. Jemkin tries to hold the angle close range though, but that's been quickly dealt with.
Lineups, that's always going to be a way to change things up. And so far so good for RRQ on that mark. Meanwhile, Monyet and Hyunmin, once again, both Neons down first.
You might argue that it's a bigger kill just considering the fact that it's the op that was robbed away. Estrella now coming back in just to check in alongside the fault line, but a solo peek and he's punished for it.
All the numbers though spotted. You would expect that this would be go time for RRQ to try and just bully their way in towards the site, but they're going to think better of it. Reset a little bit. You can bait out some of these smokes extra from Marco too. Make a potential post-plant scenario a little bit easier for yourselves. You do know as well that it has been Bane playing kind of by himself at this B site in these moments in time too, and he's not been able to really find anything on the kill department, so it's not the worst idea for them to be rotating silently towards this Bravo site.
Certainly is a tall ask for the poor guy.
Yep.
Still, having surgery scheduled for another day.
And with that orb gathered by Xfero, you pick up a Steel Garden too, so they can leave him down in unders and set up for a pretty good little take here. You just got to consider that trap that's at the front of the choke point. And the other
utility as well, though,
too,
coming out from DRX. Does Bane have a shorty? That's my question. It does buy enough time for the main weapons to come back online, so not really needed so far. 10 seconds left. RQ has got to go. Bane, so far, so good. Able to hold off the back lines. RQ just trying to push up from tree now, while Mako and Freeing find kills each for themselves. Mako. Molly, though, now noted, does buy some time. They will continue to push on through with that orbital strike, but still decent kills found on the side of DRX.
Spike has to get in towards it. Time to be bought with the Armageddon of Cushy actually finally going in, but it's Hyunmin with the smoke fading. The overdrive is in. Traded out by Xfero.
Repositioned onto the other side, and that just buys further time and information as well. Now, Estrella and Bane to flood back in.
Split retake.
Angles held one apiece. You got some cages to possibly get more space to close up the distance. Bane still not fully detected so far. Until now. Stutter steps over. Fault lines back in, but Estrella good on the spams. Just for the final one, running out of ammo. Crazy guy, last-ditch sprint.
All of main as well as DRX. And, well, an orbital strike.
Good position to play off of. Hyunmin, though, continuing to hold the angle. It's Xfero inside of the smoke. It's left undetected. The trigger discipline now coming alive. He finds the first, looks for the next, but Mako quick to deal with it. Onto the spike, though. Estrella almost sticking it all the way through. Crazy guy will deal with his opponent, his counterpart, just there and then. Bane and the rest of them all, though. Neural Theft coming through as well. They've spotted out all their final opponents' positions. Mako trying to spray and trickle them down as Cushy hops on over. Mako trying to toss
that's the salvo,
as much as possible, but the salvos, they will burn up at his feet. Armageddon sent in as well. It's a bit of a retake attempt?
Yeah, I mean, look at
early.
the rotations with the door. That is so Giga Brain from Marco, using the Stim Beacon to open the door. The relay bolt doesn't go the right way, but it doesn't matter because the kills currently are. One back for Xfero.
So much info found, and in with the Steel Garden as well. Just an attempt at pushing DRX further back. 2-on-4 though, and Xfero needing to come up huge in this close range duel. Flash dodged, second flash over, but look at that. Triple peaked, low HP is Crazy Guy. But he still tries and stands tall. Looks to fight back, but in with the peeks out. Just Hyunmin's spike not yet planted just yet. Counter Rolling Thunder as well. Monyet looking to capitalize with a judge, but the shorty will quickly decimate him. Off to the next, it's gonna be Crazy Guy out towards Tree. Hyunmin chiming in as well from the canteen spot, but the spike finally goes down. Jemkin trying to hold the angle. Cushy as well. And they will fend off DRX for now. The Armageddon flushing them out. They're into the open where the kills will come through. Just Mako left. He was up huge with 44 big kills from yesterday's game, but this time, he thinks better to toss it over to the top of the site. Info. Bane though inside of the cage, and that's Neural Theft. Jemkin, orb not entirely yet picked up. Situation does not favor such a scenario, so needing to push up front, they try to play around the smokes in towards tower, where Bane is holding true. Off to just Xfero now, and he's quickly, instantly. The spike plants as they go through, and the fault line coming in now, and look at this crossfire. Perfectly set up by RRQ. Relay bolt as well, it stuns them up, and Monyet quick on the flicks. Off to it, he finds a 3K, but Freeing trades right back.
Plant goes down, Cage, for when that smoke starts to fade as well, will provide some safety. I think he saw him over the top of the cage, he did! And now it's all down to Kushi.
He does have the salvos. Slight drone as well, kind of knows where his opponents are. We'll deal with Freeing real quick. And off to the final bogey, Bane trying to slip through off to the other side. Cushy sticks it to halfway, spots out the head, but Bane! A lot of noise, RQ all rotating on over. Trying to play close range, right click will be found. And met with more contest as DRX continues to try to force their way out of this smoke. Decent shots found though with the rifles, but still Monyet able to deal with most of it all. Rifles now picked up, but a reload must be made. Fresh mag, and will there be fresh kills? He spots out a singular opponent.
I wonder if Xfero can try and get the wall, the shear, to get across there. Make it a little bit more difficult. It could be cool.
Well, okay, Mako has an incendiary to toy with. Goes for time peak. Ooh,
20.
Quick fault line.
20 HP, but he is using these regen shields, so he will be back up. Time though afforded to Crazy Guy to get the Bulldog and reposition.
Yeah, it's a Bulldog on the other side, so even with a regen shield.
He's looking at the right angle too, 30 seconds.
You would consider Mako trying to play off of timing. Trying to cause his opponents to sweat. He's playing with the positioning as well, but
they come in as through Dish or through Arcade, and now you know.
Right. Full intel gained. Angles kind of favor Bane as well as he peeks on over with the crouch.
There could be a plan here, honestly. No one's going to be able to deny that one, so DRX will fashion that up.
Decent money, but still in with the peeks out now. It's going to be Crazy Guy dealing with Mako. Looking to launch this assault onto the side from Tree side. Estrella, if he is able to find that one frag, that would be Rolling Thunder. The Aftershock, oh, almost. Sends out yet another, repositions. It's gonna be Freeing who sneaks all the way through though.
Remove the ult, oh, can't do it.
Oh, Monyet desperately trying to keep the run alive, but Freeing, look at that tap. Continues to peek into the spike defuse. Utility trying to go for these fights head on. Gunman looking to sidestep it, but will still be quickly sussed out. 86 as it were, and here comes the utility combo. Burns and completely raises everyone to the ground.
And now with the Neural Theft, you've got the information as well, courtesy of Bane. Monyet caught with gun, not in hand, and Jemkin was just seen in the tower before.
Smoked off as well. They kind of know where he is. He cannot afford to make a single peep, so far so good.
He almost needs all three of these to be 1v1s, eh?
Skulks over. Oh, might have seen the barrel. 1v1s, are they possible, Komodo? Oh, in with the movement from DRX, though. It's a little bit too tough. And because he's tagged, it just buys more time away.
Gotta consider the save.
I don't think only got about...
They're in, they want to go.
All right, just continuing to push through, foot off, not off the gas pedal.
Well, it should be.
But that's when RRQ, exactly,
They should have started
stalls
into
their
reverse.
engine. Yeah, finds every single player. Just the two left.
Yeah, they have tried to one-dimensionally go in towards the B site, forgetting that there's going to be Vice utility, Breach utility, Brim utility, Teo utility. Like, I'm throwing all of it in there, right? You're not getting in towards that site in that sort of scenario. That's why I thought they were actually going to backpedal after baiting out the Sheer, but apparently not.
Same here. Certainly was a little bit odd. Utility fares out for them. Both crucial out players. Well, one at least coming out from this tree position. Meanwhile, the Rolling Thunder let rip into the site. Cushy, so far so good. But here comes Bane, quickly 86th. It's just down to Mako alongside Estrella, who unfortunately gets gunned down. So in with the utility, it's down to a numbers game. Hyunmin trying to stay alive. He managed to deal with the first, but Cushy quick.
DRX whatsoever when the Sky Smoke starts to fade. The answer is going to be no.
Still though on the other side, Bane will quickly dispatch of him. That smoke was a little bit suspicious enough.
This is a problematic position though for RRQ. Player deficit, you've lost Smokes in Jemkin, you've lost Monyet. A couple of ults there go down as well.
Cushy has to come up huge, plays into the position, spots out the camera, but quickly has to turn tail and run away. He stalls them with the stun.
There's still a minute to go though, and DRX don't necessarily need to go full on. Will they expect Xferro this far pushed out main? Because you're considering in a scenario like this, you do need to absolutely cut some corners as RRQ. You need to catch your opponents off guard. So let's see if Xferro does.
With the way that DRX are moving though, I certainly expect them to check the corners at the very least, but crouched into it. Xferro will collect onto two skulls. In with the overdrive, Hyunmin presses onto the pedal. Into the site, just Cushy tucked away, springs out, low HP Hyunmin, but unfortunately his teammate falls. 1v1 now, and it's still possible, but a full kit afforded to Crazy Guy, and there is a chance. Spike planted.
Ooh, will he see him through the corner of anything?
None so far. Crazy Guy, sudden peek! Back in through. Orbital Strike to prevent Xferro from escaping though, and he's got the judge. But in with the right clicks is freeing. Close range, Mako. Trying to smoke off even further, but the spams! Spike has been dropped. And that does not bode well for DRX. They might have the crossfire set up, but still this buys further time. RQ all in position. Mako, he made a sound.
Yeah, he's not going to check this one, you'd expect.
Down to the final two. Just Bane and freeing up from tower. Fast lanes up. They're all kind of getting stunned. The salvos will buy some time. Bane trying to get some crosshair placements, but still in for the trades. Numbers game once again. Freeing has to come up huge to possibly close out the map, but his HP is way too low. RRQ, all they got to do is hold down mouse one. There. Oh, look at Monyet with the movements. Still though, Bane comes in with the assist.
You expect another one.
They will push. Oh, and it's Xferro. Double kill picked up. Arc Rose to flash and gather more space as well, but look at the size. Mako, the multi-kill king himself, and he's finding a couple more, but Cushy answers back as well.
Freeing has no salvos, 30 seconds. He has to challenge, but it's planted open.
Has to go for the gunplay. In for the smokes, and he's trying to get him off of the spike, but Cushy sticks it to halfway. Continuing to stick all the way through now. Oh, and there it is! Defused down to 3 seconds!
To try and stave off DRX's advances.
So it does buy some further time, but look at DRX bypassing it through the sands instead. Smoked off Rafters as well, and RQ trying to get back some space. The flashpoint is good. Hyunmin, though, into a tiny position, able to snipe down Crazy Guy.
How do you defend the spike, though, playing up at the dish with two of them?
It's all stuck in towards this one final spot. Cushy turns back around on ahead, and he's going to push further on into the side, down to the 1v1s. Xferro needs the headshot. He crouches down, tries to offset the crosshair placement
as well to this site.
Oh, but quick in through the salvos. Cushy not too bad though, still able to find angles. Yeah, through the wall. It's going to be DRX continuing to push up front. Then for a Crazy Guy to try to play around this Raptor spot, it's still tricky.
Yeah, they're just going to line up for freeing. I mean, you don't have a little bit of respite.
Down to the firefight. Spams on over through the smoke, but still is Xfero sticking it to halfway through. Cushy doing a good job as pushing up front, and with the crossfires, exact same thing that they ran just in the previous round, and now the positions hold up. It's gonna be Crazy Guy. 2K found. Hyunmin trying to even out the odds. Will find one, but Tailwind's away.
Estrella dead again, so no access to the null command. They also lost freeing, so no initiator util whatsoever. It becomes more body play at the moment now for DRX. And if you do transition to this B side still, you've got that alarm bot that plays protection for Xfero. And you've already got rotations coming out, full pallet.
Unless Bane can really pull off something magical with this lurk. The movement's somewhat readable for RQ right now.
There is no mollies on the side itself though for Xfero. So when the alarm bot trips, it kind of is just him calling for the team to rotate on over. And that does mean a bit of a free plant can go down.
Somewhat. Oh, the spams. Mako so low. The snake bite will kill him instead. Jemkin off to the trades as well. Just down to Hyunmin, who fortunately gets spotted out way too quick. Pit comes alive, and Monyet's whole duty is to just stay alive.
No
so far, so good on the shorty kill, but Bane with the spams. That's the Pit quickly dealt with.
And an null command out from Estrella because finally he's actually alive. He's not dead for the first little bit of this one. Flank, though, already coming through from Jemkin.
And Estrella needing to stay alive alongside his team as well for this post plant. But here comes RQ. Crazy Guy off of contact. A well-timed peek. 3v3. And also, DRX being aware, a little bit paranoid about players towards the back. Yep, spots him out by the torso. Crazy Guy. Just being able to continue cause mayhem towards the back. DRX beginning to sweat. They're trying to hold shoulder to shoulder around 410, but still with the positions noted. Cushy! Multi-kill picked up.
That is not bad.
Yeah, really close, especially when both of them are stacked up against each other like that, but still Monyet will be able to neutralize at least one. Dispatches the next as well. And you've got Blades, Jemkin, looking to kick up a storm under the site. Swift and precise will be Xfero as he swings off to the next position. And then the spike to get stuck all the way through. This round off just because they had stingers. This time it should be a lot better, but what a flash coming out from Cushy. That's what you want in a KO. You got the pit, sure enough, but counter lockdown being placed in. Are RQ happy to stay and stick around, hovering around as DRX looks for a way to escape. So far, not quite able to do just that. And they have the Viper's pit surrounded as well. Jemkin, alongside Cushy, just picking every single DRX player one by one to the map. At least Mako is beginning to go on this expedition and chart further paths for his team right now. There you see the lurk coming a little bit more active and also working with some micro plants around this toxic screen. Hyunmin pushing it along his team, and it just completely decimates the RRQ setup. Just Jemkin, and they know exactly where he's coming from.
Crazy Guy could have got 3, and that would have been an absolute murder. But now it's on to Jemkin in a 1 versus 4, knowing the damage is done, knowing that you've got money for next round, and DRX might not.
Just to dive in. Why not? Let's make some sounds. Hyunmin will be the first to peek. Sneak around, sneak through. Oh, the tailwind. Xfero, though, still able to take down freeing. That's the spike!
Yeah.
Hello? Snake bite just to prevent Xfero from regaining position. But at this point, 15 seconds left. DRX, I feel like they're kind of lost in the sauce. Mako, though, still good on the multi-kills. Hyunmin good for the kills as well. Just Jemkin left. 5 seconds, but they're not able to take him down. Spike plant all the way through. Can Estrella take this 1v1? He's pinned down, his shoulder peaked, and it's Jemkin to hold the angle.
That one.
Oh, well, Flicks this time somewhat whiffed. It does allow for DRX to push up further front, but still Cushy. Unfortunately, it will be 86th. Down to Monyet, Xfero, both up around rafters. The spike still down on the ground, and it still is timing for RQ to push up front. Oh no, they tried to pick it up. Xfero just marks the position. Mako, though, good on the first. 10 seconds left, and he drops the curtain just to...
And sacrifice for another.
Especially the pawns first. Oh, and that's just going to be Jemkin now. Taking out Hyunmin.
And null command has been deployed from Cushy too, so this is going to halt DRX's processes and solidify that that kill on Hyunmin is not tradable.
40 seconds left.
You got to use the Armageddon to destroy that one.
And that just kind of forces DRX's hand. They will continue to try to push in, especially with the stuns as well. But RQ still in position. The toxic screen does provide additional value as well. Cushy now crazy guy. Xfero finding all one apiece.
Now scaling up now. Xfero finds a stray up first casualty.
Just up from pipes. Bane then went up from screens, but you still got Hyunmin undetected up from the top of rafters. RQ looking for the safe spike plant, but you got DRX close by. The utility's already somewhat spent, so they're looking to push up. Tailwind's away, but look at Quishy, crazy guy as well. All able to watch for these angles where the pistols are sharp and deadly.
Yeah, just Bane and freeing to see what damage they're going to be able to deliver, it feels like now.
Yeah, you kind of know that they're all towards the back. Monyet then slipping past towards the back. He's looking to slice them at the back of their necks. Though, 10 seconds for these salvos to come back online, so Crazy Guy needing to stay alive. You got the Killjoy utility to watch the back, so now you just got to watch the front, where Jemkin and Xfero are good on the spams. A triple kill picked up now. It's just Mako left alive, not able. Initial salvo anyway. Off towards the back now, and that's exactly where Jemkin wants to be. Got salvos to counter back, but still, you got so many spots to plant around this A site where Jemkin continues to decimate just Mako, and it's so unfortunate. I'll bring. Okay, that's a decent start.
There is a flank coming through from Monyet.
You wouldn't know. So Mako, unfortunately, back's turned towards screens. Does find the first, but as he runs around back, oh, Monyet. Oh, he's been spotted now. The spike will go off, but bit of a Hail Mary pass from DRX though, and trying to look for the gunfights.
Still wins it as well.
It's Jemkin. Hyunmin, on the other hand, though, has an op.
But what can you do around this A site? This is not a safe position, neither is gathering an orb in the open. Unfortunately, Xfero in for the trade as they're getting in towards the site with advantage.
Right, multiple angles, all covered, and DRX continue to try to fight back, try to hold down the site. Hyunmin trying to get himself away out of position of this lockdown. Holding on to the op as well, where it's a 2v3.
And a top site plant as well can be pretty difficult to retake in a normal scenario.
Monyet still has snake bite as well. So far, high and low. It's going to be a tough position to contend for. Quickly spotted out, but the shot's not quite connecting. Just Jemkin, still sharp and lethal. Hyunmin to try to peek around the corner, but I'm sorry to say this round is probably going to go off the wayside. He goes up the zip line, as well as Waterfall. Sudden decision for RQ then to route themselves possibly into B, but that's when DRX also still has players online. So straight into the C site they will stream. And you got DRX in spades on this spot. Still though, the pistol shots from RQ ringing true right now. 10 seconds left to get the spike down, but they don't necessarily need it. 4v1. So many of their players low HP though.
How if RRQ managed to pull this one back? I thought going to that B site was the wrong decision, but they somehow managed to find all of the doors around C. And now it's a healthy Mako against 4 bodies of RRQ.
Fall line spent, he knows exactly where Crazy Guy would be. So that does the first. Into the smokes, Monyet might just be able to push into the back of Mako, and there it is.
To gain an advantage early on in this round for DRX. Meanwhile, it's going to be Hyunmin instead. Jemkin down. Kind of go time for RRQ to this B site though.
All right, tried to kind of overstay his welcome, but right now with the mid-round calls, quick and decisive, RRQ will be able to bulldoze their way into this B site. Freeing though, inside of the smokes, might be able to play spoiler, and he does! 2 kills, 3 kills!
All in contest that RRQ will weather. As I say that though, maybe not. Mako actually getting the literal tail end bullet through the corner of that rotating door.
Oh, and he's still spamming. Ooh!
Cheeky.
Xfero, Crazy Guy. They were within range of getting domed, but right now it's going to be Xfero who finds the frag on towards Bane. Clone instantly dealt with. Mako not able to sidestep. Hyunmin, though, turns back around.
He's got the rocket
Deals
too.
a crazy guy, but
Shut down.
still the pink shells at the very least.
Look at the spike though, Quack.
Kind of buys time, yes.
At rubble.
Not quite picked up. Jemkin's looking to go for it, and he's able to hold the angle. Very aware.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate that the DRX members in the break room are not there. He does hold some proceedings for the remainder of the RRQ squad, but Jemkin still somehow able to find the kill, and Cushy to follow.
Yeah, close quarters, and then to watch for the waterfall angle as well. Just Mako and Hyunmin left. Hyunmin maybe looking to sneak one over, but
no.
Slight sidesteps, and he's able to still at least collect on towards the next. Hyunmin tapping onto the brakes.
Are they saving here? Yeah. They're able to sneak out, but it feels like it's with the tail between their legs, isn't it? Ooh, time for RRQ.
Straight in with the Armageddon and the Gate Crash, but Estrella just marks the position. Then the lockdown coming over. RRQ flushed away across the map.
Yeah, you can just get out in that sort of scenario as well. Your job has been done. Now you're trying to contest with a little bit of rotations over to the side of A. Marco does not need to challenge whatsoever. Hyunmin as well. This is looking better for DRX.
Right. Everyone now aware of every single possible position, especially the one where oftentimes Jemkin Gate crashes into. That was a pivotal play off towards A link now, and that's where Hyunmin is able to lock down the angle.
Drone! Reverse Hyunmin's rocket!
And he's just stuck into this one spot. Unfortunate as he's not able to come up with some kills, but Mako picks up the slack. 4K found in the round. Crazy guy to even out the odds. 1v2 still, though. If he finds one more, that would be Rolling Thunder. He's got to sneak away free.
Says no. Alarm bot actually managed not to trip. Does that bait them, though?
He's got no idea, but
didn't expect him to be so close.
Still watching the angle, that's right. As the spike still gets planted. Prowler confirms positioning, but look at Jemkin looking to bypass and to cut them off on rotations as well. Rolling Thunder to buy further time.
Yeah, it hit two of them over towards the C-Link side of things.
Ooh. And if you're a DRX, I mean, considering contending for this heaven position, it's way too tough. Mako steps into the crosshairs. Estrella as well as freeing right now, just getting tapped away. Also helps RQ to kind of sneak in through from tree though, but is that gonna be enough? Mako in position, and he lines them up, racks up 2 more kills. Xfero then to try to hold it down from backside, 30 seconds left. Just Monyet. He's got to watch out for A-Link as well, though. And that's where, looking for a quick hit into the site. Both Vipers on Judge plays. In with a gate crash, though, but that's quickly dealt with. And now you got the Viper screen up.
Yeah, counter pit going in towards the B site. But will the turret actually be able to give you any information with this one as well? They're now contending inside Estrella's pit.
Okay.
He needs to be the judge, the jury, the executioner, but he's spotted out.
Still manages to bang them up, though. Just by the trailing image of it all, down to just Crazy Guy left, where DRX all of a sudden find themselves with ultimate map control.
Yeah, it feels like the Viper utility at the moment. It's done the lion's share of the work for DRX, hasn't it? Estrella's toxic screen getting in the decays, same for the pit. And then the shots just rain on out for the remainder of the DRX members. So finally we see something, you know, well coordinated from DRX here. Bloody well, what a shot that one was from Crazy Guy on the timing. I'm saying well coordinated from DRX because this should be their round, but it's the last round of the half.
You never quite know.
Well,
he starts off pretty well, but now not expecting Mako into this 1C site. The snake bite drawn out. Still Xfero trying to play around the stairs. Crazy Guy with the off angle. He does find the first, but off to the trades. DRX managed to find more space. The smoke's beginning to dissipate as well, though. And RQ has a slight opportunity. Trying to find position back out from Halls. Meanwhile, DRX looking to reposition.
3 versus 3. Not all on the site. Hyunmin's off it.
Blinding.
Play it close. Hyunmin looking for kills or possibly refresh the utility, but it's not needed. Look at that microflake in a matter of seconds. Ready to set off. In with the peaks though, all of a sudden unaware. There are a couple players pushing out from pillar.
They want that gun. You definitely want to see a scenario where that gun is going to be retrievable, but sticking it in the salvos, the plant goes down.
And then for DRX to attempt to hold, the gun unfortunately robbed away as well. RRQ beginning to flood back into the site. It's Jemkin online for the ace, stolen at the end by Cushy, but still around. Nice space.
Yeah, Prowler spots him. They've got to have the go time here. They need the advantages, and now they've got a showstopper as well as Hyunmin, so they can start to establish a plant. And Cushy realizes this one. Drone on in will make you think that they may very well be coming early in towards a retake.
Maybe. We got Dimensional Drift with Jemkin, able to force his opponents to feel uncomfortable. Showstopper then deployed. Hyunmin looking to blow Jemkin out if possible, but Jemkin out of the gates. Will find that mound position instead. Back line, and that causes DRX to fumble somewhat. RRQ continuing to push up now and completely blinded. Bane finds himself fully whited. Quick Rolling Thunder into Armageddon play. Hyunmin is dead.
Yep.
Just not able to evade it whatsoever. Mako, though, TPs himself into a kill.
Difference of duelist as well, right? If it was a Yoru, for example, that DRX have played before, Hyunmin would have been able to get out, but this time, wrong agent, wrong location. You do get a trade, though, on a Cushy. So there's an opportunity in this 4 versus 4 to still try and navigate an advantage.
But this is off the timeout, and this is where DRX's game plans might not come into fruition.
The trap with the fault line available, and an Odin that can still spam out. You're waiting to see what's going to happen on the back of this door.
Oh,
Xfero is in the right spot, dodging out the flash.
He's ready, and there it is. The kill's coming through. It's a bit of a crossfire if you consider the Odin spam as well. Just completely wall-banging everything up. Just Estrella left, and he's not. Just to play the long game. DRX then to possibly die to the spike until Xfero begins to push in, now tapping onto the spike. Estrella, what are you gonna do? Tucked inside the smoke, Jemkin beginning to stick it all the way through. It's at the right time, but still the kills going all the way over. DRX then able to...
Focusing on the side itself.
What?
How has Freeing won that? He's been removed from solo lurking time and time again, and this time he comes up with a double.
Anticipates his opponents into checking his position, and that's just incredibly smart.
Ridiculous.
Then, though, for Estrella to try to get to spot Xfero as well, but quickly spotted out, just so quick. 3 kills netted out by Freeing.
He's finding his groove, it feels like, potentially, in these last few rounds.
All across. Oh, with 40 seconds left, though, that's when they begin to burst into sight. But look at Monyet, able to turn 180. 2 kills found. Mako for the trade. But then you got Cushy back in. Slight with the spray transfer. Crazy guy with the assistance, and it's just Freeing left. DRX completely dismantled as they tried to push up. It's all down to the hands of Monyet. Heard. Monyet does trail back thanks to the Prowler, though, but that's the lurk now, quickly sussed out. Jemkin with the op. Hyunmin, though, all of a sudden.
This is where you can get a plant down as Estrella as well. You need to go for the pit after this plant.
Boombot confirms, and there's the pit. Hyunmin is 1 away from Showstopper. Low HP, though, so I don't think you really want to deploy it in this round. Clone spotted, and you know Jemkin's right around the corner. You hear them dropping as well. Still marking the position, and there's the first kill. Swaps on over onto the back, but Xfero spins on a dime. It just is Estrella and Bane. They've been spotted out thanks to the Dimensional Drift, but Estrella onto the shorties. Tries to bring DRX alive once again, and they will continue. RRQ trying to start things off. You got the clone. Oh, here comes Mako. He jumped up. What? Just Jemkin now. And it continues to waterfall over. Estrella and Freeing, they need to survive. They need to bring this round back up alive. Freeing, he's done it! Just down to Cushy. You know exactly where your opponents are, but do you have the kills? He pushes up. 1-on-1. Freeing hiding inside a tree. Just looking for the headshot. Tapped onto the spike. He doesn't see him. Tries to play it safe. Cushy taps back onto it. He's not giving up his position. He's not even thinking about the tree. Behind this corner, the spike continuing to tip away. All them somewhat, all chucked up inside of tree. And that's when all of a sudden Freeing springs over. The flash coming over, but it's also Jemkin to find the trades right back up to bring things to a 3v3. Hyunmin still hovering around the top of heaven, but it's been spotted. Jemkin, he turns back up around. Estrella then continuing to hover, and he will find the next one. Jemkin eliminates another player once again, and it's just Freeing left.
It's got to be Freeing, doesn't it? The savior.
And he's got all the utility to work off of, but it's KJ utility. Will it be enough? Fake gate crash and out of the Dimensional Drift. Freeing, considering all of these options. Goes for the tap, and the fault line comes out. Tries to hold for the positions now, but Jemkin quick on the wide swing. No, He will take the challenge. Here's Shemkin jumping up, and he finds the headshot.
That was the one kill. That was the one player you almost did not want to lose their life as RRQ here.
And with the mid-round adaptation into the B site now, Shrouded steps in, spike plant soon enough, the aftershock tossed over. RRQ, they get themselves into position. Salvos as well, ripped early on.
Smoked Marco.
And he's gonna keep himself alive, but oh, what of assists! All of a sudden the kills, they spray all through, and it's just Estrella left! This might just be it! 14-12.
He's not got it.
Hunting for it, they stick the defuse